My birthday.
Good luck, everyone. Break a leg.
Coming up on Chapman News, flag fiasco. A student government vote banning the red, white, and blue from flying on campus burns across the country.
Plus, a cold case killer arrested 12 years after police say she kidnapped, raped, and murdered a teenager.
And later, we have the Dean and Artistic Director of the Moosco Center of the Arts here to tell us about plans for the second largest performing arts center in Orange County.
And a local Costa Mesa apparel company are on their way to court with Taylor Swift. We'll tell you what happened and keep you up to date on all of the big events this weekend in Orange County. It's all coming up on Chapman News, and it starts right now.
Welcome to Chapman News. I'm Roma Daravi.
And I'm Tarah Stuht. Thank you for joining us. Police make an arrest in a 12-year-old cold case murder. The suspect was 15 when investigators say she took part in the kidnap, rape, and murder of another 15-year-old, Brenda Sierra. Chapman News' Melissa Cano reports.
LA County Sheriff's Department says a woman is finally facing charges this week in connection with the rape and murder of Brenda Sierra. The woman, Rosemary Chavira, is believed to have been Sierra's friend at the time. In 2002, 15-year-old Sierra was kidnapped while walking to school in Montebello. Her body was found the following day in the San Bernardino Mountains. The cause of death? Blunt force trauma. News of her death shocked her classmates and teachers at Shore High School.
It was very emotional. Students, there were some people that were adjusting to that, and kids were crying. It's something you never want to hear.
Now, 27-year-old Chavira is being charged with kidnap and murder. Police believe she coordinated and witnessed the abduction and rape leading to Sierra's death. The Sheriff's Department says 3 other suspects will face similar charges in the next 30 days. 2 men are currently in custody, but their names have not been released. From Montebello, I'm Melissa Cano, Chapman News.
Police believe Sierra's murder was gang-related. 10 days before she was kidnapped, her brother witnessed and testified against active gang members involved in a shooting.
The controversial flag ban at UCI is grabbing national attention, and the fight isn't over. Last week, students at UCI voted to remove all flags from student government workrooms on campus, voting for a more inclusive space.
I think a lot of people are misunderstanding it, really. The actual flag issue doesn't involve the entire campus, as in we're going to ban American flags throughout UCI. It's actually just an office in ASUCI.
The original resolution was vetoed Saturday by 5 executive cabinet members overseeing the student government. Campus police increased security and its presence on campus in response to the multiple threats. Republican state legislative leaders proposed a constitutional amendment on Monday for the 2016 November state ballot. It would protect the flag from being removed on all state-funded colleges and universities.
Surveillance cameras caught an unusual crime Saturday night when a man vandalized a car and jumped onto a moving vehicle, all while completely naked. The Anaheim apartment's cameras caught all the action as the man ran headfirst into a parked car. He then jumped onto the hood of another car as the driver attempted to get away. 21-year-old Garrett Smith was arrested for vandalism, resisting arrest, and being under the influence. Smith was released from UC Irvine Medical Center Tuesday, pending toxicology reports. The car he jumped on was completely totaled.
And attorneys behind 2 2014 petitions to bring medical marijuana dispensaries to Costa Mesa are now suing the city. They want a special election on the issue by the end of the month. The lawsuits state that it is illegal to delay the voting until the 2016 general election. Local marijuana advocates accuse the city of delaying the process for political reasons, and city officials have said that they are sticking to the state constitution, which trumps the election laws.
Irvine police are cracking down on drunk driving with a sobriety checkpoint tonight. The checkpoint will be clearly marked near MacArthur Boulevard between Douglas and Campus Drive from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Licenses will be checked, and police will determine if the driver needs further evaluation in a secondary area. This is the 5th checkpoint in a series of 10 that will be conducted throughout September of 2015. The checkpoints are a part of the department's continued commitment to raise awareness about the dangers of alcohol and drug-impaired driving.
And our local John Wayne Airport could be expecting more international passengers within the next few months. Orange County lawmakers have been working hard to get a bill passed to lower the cost of international flights. Lauren Nowicki has the story.
John Wayne Airport applied to become a port of entry facility by the Customs and Border Protection Agency in November of 2013 in an effort to transition from its role as a user fee airport. As a user fee airport, John Wayne has to reimburse Customs and Border Protection for their services, which means passengers pay more. There are 3 requirements to reach before applying for port of entry status.
One is a population minimum, and with over 3 million people in Orange County alone, we far exceed that minimum. You have to be served by multiple modes of transportation, so freeway, rail, port, air, which clearly in Orange County we do. You also have to have 15,000 international passengers, and last year alone we had almost 100,000 just coming from Mexico alone, and that doesn't include our Canadian passengers.
Customs and Border Protection have not reviewed John Wayne Airport's application to become an official port of entry, although they have all the criteria to do so, causing airport executives to take the legislative route. A bill sponsored by Loretta Sanchez, Mimi Walters, and Dana Rohrabacher would make John Wayne a port of entry, which would save the airport millions of dollars they currently pay to the federal government and bring more international flights into Orange County with the lowered costs. Lauren Nowicki, Chapman News.
Chapman's new Moosco Center for the Arts grand opening is in less than a year, and today we are fortunate enough to have the Dean and Artistic Director, William Hall, with us.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
So you have been the longest dean here at the school. Can you tell us how you've seen it grow and expand?
Well, I can tell you that in 1963 when I started, there were houses along where Waltmar Theater is. The entire block were houses. 360 students on campus, and now we have 7,500. So the growth is phenomenal.
That's amazing.
Can you give us a little bit of a timeline about when the building is going to be completed?
Oh, very much so. I was on the site yesterday, and I sign off on the building probably December 1st. Then we'll take 3 months to tune it, and I can announce on this great television moment that we open March 19th, 2016, with Placido Domingo as our star.
Wow, that's outstanding.
And so the building looks amazing from the outside, but can you tell us some of the bells and whistles that you guys have planned for it?
Well, it's a remarkable structure. Pfeiffer Partners are the architects, and McCarthy has built many, they're the contractors, they built many auditoriums around. And so we've taken all of their suggestions and put it into this building, and it's going to be a state-of-the-art, something for our students, and I think more importantly, something for the community of Orange, to bring the community closer to us here on campus.
Will other groups on campus get to use the building as well?
Oh, yes. We'll do the same thing like Memorial Hall. And this building, well, in fact, I was in Memorial this morning, and you look at the proscenium arch, it's 36 feet across. In the new building, it's 62 feet across and 36 feet high. And there's 12 feet on each side of Memorial, so the students literally have to dress outside for any production. In the new hall, it's 120 feet across, so it's incredible.
So you guys have plans to open it up to not only other students on campus, but the entire community as a whole?
Oh, absolutely. We want, Orange has never had an auditorium. I mean, we've had this beautiful, what we call our, what do we call the auditorium in a circle stage. But the problem was it was condemned in 1953, and our problem was to reinforce the entire building, which we have done. But we don't have any fly space in grid. So in the new one, we have 55 line sets. In the old one, we have 3 line sets.
That sounds amazing. Lots of technical bells and whistles for sure.
Oh, and we'll have digital projections, everything that's streaming around the world, internet too. So it offers something to our students to train, that when they leave, they can do exactly what you're doing, get into the business and know what it's about with a great auditorium.
That is great.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoyed having you, and I'm sure everyone's very excited to start using the building.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
so much.
And coming up, we'll tell you about the CBS investigative journalist whose computer was hacked and it nearly cost the reporter her job.
Fast cars and custom creations. We talk to the pro behind the plates next.
I'm Wes Rapaport in the Weather Center. Coming up, the ski season winding down. Summer is your way. Ski docking away. Right now it's sunny, last 81 degrees right now in Oregon. Forecast next.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Take your life to new heights. Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. History, philosophy, peace studies, languages. Study abroad and explore the world. Become a global citizen. The Wilkinson College at Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama will celebrate his 80th birthday in Orange County at the Global Compassion Summit. The just-announced Summer Summit features the Dalai Lama speaking with world leaders and celebrates his lifetime devotion to universal compassion. He will engage in meaningful dialogue with guests to inspire action in our global community. Kickoff will be at the Honda Center on July 5th, followed by 2 days of panel discussions at UC Irvine. This marks the Dalai Lama's first visit to Anaheim and the third visit to Irvine. It will be the only official celebration to take place with His Holiness during his actual birthday. Tickets go on sale April 2nd.
The Emmy Award-winning journalist and former CBS News correspondent Sharyl Attkisson talks about her book and the experiences she had as a woman in the television industry. Maritza Viella filed this report.
It was a full house at the Richard Nixon Library for investigative journalist Sharyl Attkisson. Talking about her experience as a target of hacking and surveillance, she offered a critique of today's media and the role of investigative journalism.
Please welcome Sharyl Attkisson.
In her battle on reporting the truth, she became the center of controversy when she quit CBS News because of allegations that the network refused to run some of her political stories.
My main goal is to continue to bring to light stories that are considered untouchable or that other people don't want you to know about for various reasons. Maybe corporate interests or other special interests would like to bury the facts of a particular story, and I feel like my job is to try to bring those stories out.
After her talk, she hosted a book signing of her New York Times bestseller, Stonewalled: My Fight for the Truth Against the Forces of Obstruction, Intimidation, and Harassment in Obama's Washington.
I think people know that something's wrong when they watch the news, but they really can't always put their finger on it. They know that when they watch the network newscasts at night, that they seem very homogenous, very much the same, and often don't tell anything about the real stories of the day that they care about. The book tries to explain some of the reasons why that is from the inside.
Attkisson said she hopes that in the future, there will be more places online where the public can turn to for unbiased news about stories that matter. In Yorba Linda, Maritza Viella, Chapman News.
Attkisson is still an active investigative journalist, and she publishes her own website, SharylAttkisson.com, contributes to other organizations like Sinclair Media and Daily Signal. And downtown Santa Ana is now a vibrant area with restaurants to satisfy anybody's taste buds.
Reporter Nick Vieira is at Little Sparrow right now in Santa Ana, an Orange County favorite recently featured on Bravo's reality competition show, Best New Restaurant.
Thank you, guys. I'm here in Little Sparrow in the heart of Santa Ana with Eric Maniego. And this is a great restaurant, great small restaurant. It's brand new. It was on Bravo's Best New Restaurant this past summer. It was a great reality TV show that he'll tell us about a little bit. It was also voted best restaurant of the year by OC Register and the Orange Coast magazine. The style of the food is kind of like whatever really Eric feels like creating, but it's more mainly California style and French style with a little bit of other European country style of food. It's really great. But Eric, I wanted to ask you, what was it like being on Bravo's Best New Restaurant?
It was pretty intense. It was a unique opportunity to be on TV and be on a national audience, but the cameras were strange, but then once you kind of get used to them being there, they kind of go away and you don't worry too much about it. And the pressure challenges themselves were enough to make you just kind of forget that they were there. And just once the job started, then it was just work, and it was fun.
How long have you been executive chef at Little Sparrow?
I've been the chef here for almost 2 years. May will be our second anniversary, and I've been the chef here since the beginning.
Okay, cool. Can you tell us a little bit about your spring menu? I know that you change the menu at least 6 or 7 times a year. I was wondering what you have for this one.
Yeah, we try to change fairly often. I'm gonna plate something up really fast.
All right, cool. Thank you.
The spring menu right now is very it's really light and bright, and there's a little bit of an Asian influence to it now. A lot of herbs. I really like vinegar and kind of sour flavors right now, so that's kind of anything light and bright and fun to eat right now. But what I'm plating now is our charcuterie plate.
Okay, cool.
And it's pretty much our house specialty. Different types of cured meat that we all make in-house, and it gets served with some really great bread from a local bakery.
Do you want to hold it up to the camera so everyone can see it?
One. So.
We'll just look at this great style of food. I know I'm going to be coming back here soon. Thank you again so much for letting us interview. Is there anything else you want the audience to know about your restaurant before we bring it back to the studio?
Yeah, we have a great happy hour starting at 10 o'clock every night. And come down and enjoy our food.
Thank you guys so much.
Wow, that looks amazing. I'm so hungry now.
It definitely does. And you know, I grew up here in Orange County, so I love when new places pop up in the area.
You know, we should go there after the show.
I think we should.
Great.
Let's do it.
It's a plan.
All right, and the Argyros Forum is a place for students to grab a bite to eat and relax between classes, but this week it was a place for awareness. CARES, an organization committed to educating students about sexual assault, displayed shirts made by Chapman students sharing their stories of abuse. The shirts are displayed to highlight survivors and their experiences and help support students who may be facing a similar situation. Each color shirt represents a different form of abuse, for example, yellow for an intimate partner, violence, or red for sexual assault. And this is the 20th year that Chapman has held the Clothesline Project. They don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
A leopard print Audi R8 or a custom car made from the ground up. The company behind the customizing celebrity supercars have now landed in LA for their new headquarters. Our lovely reporter Yuri Sharon brings you the details.
Attention to detail, unique designs, and a passion for cars are just some of the characteristics of West Coast Customs, an internationally recognized company known to flip a normal car into a supercar.
It's just a different environment here. I've been with Ryan probably like about 2 years almost. I love cars and I'm here, so that's all that matters.
With celebrity clients like Justin Bieber, will.i.am, and Shaquille O'Neal, West Coast Customs have moved their headquarters from Corona to Burbank in order to be closer to the clientele.
I mean, Burbank is a big piece of where all of our clients come from. We do a lot of stuff with the studios. We have a lot of clients that live in the valley to the city. So to be able to be centralized where people can reach us a lot easier than driving all the way to Corona.
To help promote their new showroom, West Coast Customs is launching Social Saturdays, an event created where car lovers can gather once a month to look at the company's upcoming projects, as well as tour the new facility.
It's open to everyone. We're going to have music. Of course, we're going to have cars. And I'm going to keep the doors open so people can come through and see the shop, see the projects we're working on, and see how amazing this place is.
Now, if you're a car lover like me, make sure to check out Social Saturdays every first Saturday of every month here at West Coast Customs. From Burbank, I'm Yuri Sharon, Chapman News.
Wow, gorgeous cars and hopefully some gorgeous weather, but when I was at the beach this week, it was a little windy.
Oh, I'd love to go to the beach. Wes, what's the weather going to be like this weekend?
Well, it is going to be hot, but let's take you outside to my weekend. Spent some time in the snow at Wrightwood, went skiing a little bit, and took that picture out there. You can see the snow is still there, but sort of melting a little bit. So hopefully that some of that snow will hang out for a little while longer if you're planning on heading to Big Bear for the UPB trip this weekend. It's going to be 63 degrees at Big Bear, and so a beautiful day tomorrow if you're headed that way. All right, let's take a look at the Orange County numbers right now. Hot across the board. We start in Westminster, where we are projecting 91 degrees, 93 in Orange, 86 in Laguna Beach, and 82 in San Clemente. And as we bring it back out a little bit farther to the rest of Southern California, hot across the board and windy. That's another key element to this, that offshore flow coming in, and it's going to bring a lot of that heat up higher. So 85 degrees in Santa Barbara, 81 in Avalon, and 86 in San Diego, a high of 90 today in Los Angeles. Now, a windy weekend headed your way. Wind advisories through 3 p.m. today with a gust of about 20 miles per hour. Farther north in LA County, we're expecting gusts of 15 to 35 miles per hour, and in the canyons, up to 60 mile per hour winds. Then we head into Saturday. It's going to cool down a little bit with some of those winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour there. All right, now the 5-day outlook. All right, we're going to skip to the sunset. Maybe we go back to the 5-day. There we go. Friday, that's today, windy and warm, 93 degrees, near records on Saturday. And then Sunday, hot and breezy. And as we head into Monday and Tuesday, a high of 88. It's going to cool off a little bit. Patchy fog on Tuesday. Now let's take a look at that beautiful sunset, if we can get it here. There it goes. Nope, maybe not. All right. Live TV, you love it. All right, so the stellar sunset this weekend. We got this picture in. We posted on Instagram, asked for your photos. We got this one in from our former executive producer, Moore Albalack. Thanks for sharing that, Moore. Great sunsets across the board. Spent some time in Malibu yesterday, and beautiful sunsets all across the board there. So there's a lot going on this weekend. In addition to some weather, we're going to talk about the LA Marathon. Starts off at Dodger Stadium. It's going to be 68 degrees at start time. Now, they moved the start time earlier in the day in order to make sure that all the runners would be able to handle some of that heat, because it's going to get hot. Finish line at Santa Monica, 81 degrees by noon. That's the finish. And now, speaking of running, let's take a look at Sports with Gardi.
Thanks, Wes. Some great weather for sports coming up on the Best Campus Sports Show. Water polo tries to right the ship, and we break down a crazy week in NFL free agency. That was awesome.
Don't stand by, stand up.
Emergencies and disasters happen with little or no warning and often occur while you are away from home. Be ready for emergencies by registering your alternate phone numbers, cell phones, and email addresses at alertoc.com. You will receive alerts when an emergency occurs near your workplace or neighborhood.
Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Best Campus Sports Show. I'm your host, Gardi Royce, with a fresh take on this week's sports. And to the pool we go, where the women's water polo team looked to snap a 2-game losing streak, hosting Connecticut College. Fans packed the Allred Aquatic Center to see the women's water polo team take on Connecticut, and junior Kate Avery got the game going with a beautiful shot to the center of the goal, followed up a gun by junior Allison Quincy. She had 2 goals on the game, but Kristen Spicer, the senior, recorded 11 blocks, wagging at Dikembe Mutombo. For Allison Galuska, she finished it off for the Panthers. They won 15-3, and they played Virginia Military Institution today at 2 p.m. 2 Orange County cities shot a hole-in-one on Monday in raising money. Reporter Daniel Starkin has the story on Huntington Beach and Fountain Valley and how they're raising money for the Special Olympics.
See you in a couple hours. The Special Olympics is just around the corner, and to raise money for the games, the cities of Huntington Beach and Fountain Valley hosted a golf tournament at the Marbella Golf and Country Club in San Juan Capistrano.
This is just another one of our community engagement tools to really get as many people excited and enthused about the Host Town program as possible and the World Games LA 2015.
About 100 golfers came out to the event Monday morning that began with a putting tournament and ended with a round of golf. All the proceeds went towards the Fountain Valley and Huntington Beach host city funds for the Summer Games.
Working with Special Olympics athletes, you do it in a spirit of volunteerism, intending to give, but what actually happens is you get so much more. And Special Olympics really exists for one sole purpose, to promote the inclusion and acceptance of all people through sports.
The 16th hole on the day featured 4 special athletes who were given the opportunity to putt for the donors.
Got it. Good to go.
The 14th Special Olympics World Summer Games will take place in Los Angeles this summer at the Coliseum from July 25th through August 2nd. In San Juan Capistrano, I'm Daniel Starkin, Chapman News.
For more information on how to donate or get involved with the LA Summer Games, head to www.la2015.org. And now, studying and playing football don't always seem to go hand in hand, but in this case, it means everything. Vivian Vu has the story on these special student athletes.
The National Football Foundation hosted its 45th Annual Scholar Athletes Awards banquet last Monday night. Family and friends gathered to honor 70 scholar athletes in the Orange County area and recognize them not only for their high GPAs, but also for their charitable efforts.
What he does on the field coincides with what he does in the classroom. Not only that, plus all the extra work he does at home and the community.
The foundation rewards deserving football players with scholarships, expands youth football programs, and makes sure that every student athlete has a chance to pursue his dream. Keynote speaker and Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Mark Sanchez shared some humble advice.
My guess is just be that light on your team, be the guy, the way you respect people, don't pick and choose.
The National Football Foundation buys everything that makes a scholar athlete, especially a football player. For more information or if you'd like to donate, visit www.nationalfootballfoundation-occhapter.com. Reporting from the Anaheim Convention Center, I'm Vivian Vu, Chapman News.
The 46th Annual Awards Banquet will be held on March 14th, 2015. And now, a whirlwind week in NFL free agency as multiple trades shook up the league and altered the betting odds in Vegas. For fans hoping to see allegiance in their favorite players, this was not their week, as the general motto seemed to be, "Show me the money." The NFL's bad boy Ndamukong Suh cashed in on his reckless pay, taking his talents to South Beach for a cool $114 million. But not to be upstaged by the big fella, the brash ball hawk Darrelle Revis spurned the Super Bowl champion Patriots for the Big Apple, returning to the Jets to reunite with Antonio Cromartie, putting his all-time earnings at $154 million. Yet the week may have belonged to former NFL Offensive Player of the Year DeMarco Murray, who after feeling disrespected by Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, jumped ship to division rival the Philadelphia Eagles to join Ryan Matthews in a loaded backfield. Like they say in the business world, money talks, and this week, NFL players listened. And an exciting week ahead as college basketball kicks off March Madness with 68 teams battling for their one shining moment. Thanks for watching the Best Campus Sports Show. I'm Gardi Royce, and we'll be back in a minute.
Stand up for what's right. Chapman University. Passion, perseverance, teamwork, integrity. Create value in the world. The School of Law at Chapman University. Lead. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Chemistry, physics, computational science, biology. Start doing research in your first year. Soar to new heights. The Schmidt College of Science at Chapman University. Explore.
Taylor Swift has been trademarking her one-liners like "Shake It Off" for quite a few years now, but a Costa Mesa company is accusing her of trademark infringement.
Evan Noorani has the story on that and events to look out for in Orange County this weekend. Evan?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's right. It looks like Taylor Swift won't be able to shake this one off. The trial dates have been set, and Taylor Swift's lawyers will have to convince a judge that Swift's merchandise did not infringe on a Costa Mesa company's trademark. Swift is known for trying to trademark phrases from her songs like "This Sick Beat," "Nice to Meet You, Where You Been," and "Lucky 13." But the company Lucky 13 has been printing clothing with that name since 2002 and trademarked the phrase long ago. It's why they were surprised to see Taylor Swift's merchandise sporting the same phrase. The company says Swift lawyers never approached them about using the trademark and are now seeking damages from Swift. And do you want to build a snowman again? Well, don't let it go, because Frozen Mania is back. Disney officially confirmed that it will be making a Frozen 2 after the 2013 animated box office hit. Now, if you can't wait till then, this Friday, Anna, Elsa, and Olaf will grace the big screen in an all-new short called Frozen Fever, airing right before Disney's Cinderella movie. The computer-animated short features Elsa and Kristoff throwing a surprise birthday party for Anna, full of chilly twists and turns. A release date and production details for Frozen 2 are on ice for now, so keep an eye out for more on the Frosty feature film. And more Disney news. Disneyland announced last week that they will be closing their long-running Innoventions exhibit. The attraction has been around since 1967, featuring historic Disneyland artifacts from outfits and movies like Iron Man and Thor. But on March 31st, they will be closing their doors for good. Of course, many are speculating on what Disney has in store for the area. Some are hoping for an expansion of the Marvel Universe, while others are expecting a Star Wars land will finally be added to the park. And if you're looking for something to do this weekend, the Bubble Run is coming to Irvine tomorrow morning. Grab your friends and head out to the Verizon Amphitheater, where a 3-mile stretch will be filled with bubbles covering you from head to toe. All levels of runners and walkers can participate in the race. If you want more information or if you're ready to purchase your tickets, you can visit bubblerun.com. It looks like a lot of fun, and that is your entertainment report for this week. Thank you for watching. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Evan. Before we go, breaking news out of Orange. Small brush fire broken out on Highway 22 West near the 55 interchange.
2 engines and a fire crew on scene battling the flames. The fire is on the shoulder and the traffic is likely to be impacted.
That is not great for LA traffic right now, especially with Obama being in town.
That does not sound good. But you know what? The Bubble Run in Irvine, that's pretty close by. I think we could run and do that.
I would say that would be a great way to keep the spirits up, right?
Sounds like fun. Yeah. Well, that's all we have for you guys. Log on to our website at chapmannews.tv to see all of our episodes, the Chapman Newsy bios, and the top headlines.
And make sure you also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Chapman News, Twitter and Instagram @Chapman News, and YouTube you guessed it, /Chapman News.
Thank you so much for watching.
We hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend.